All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Providence Lucha Talk. This is Luisito.
Jay Aguila.
And this is gonna be our predictions for the pay-per-view coming up this Sunday, June 20th. Hell in a Cell.
Really excited for it. Not really. Owens so has not been getting much of a high promo as it should be, but
True.
it is a traditional pay-per-view match on WWE. As well, we thank everybody for supporting us on our social media, Providence Lucha Talk, on all the major ones, as well our audio podcast found anywhere. Just Google it, and you'll be able to hear us out. Let's just start off with some of the matches we found online that may or may not occur. So these are cards that are subject to change. With Friday night build up, we might be seeing a Cesaro versus a Seth Rollins match. Lucita, what's your thoughts on that match
I know they've
itself?
been working on this match forever. They're trying to build Cesaro as like the next babyface. I think he's the only babyface left over. But I know he came back last week and during the Bayley segment, the thing Ding Dong Hello.
Mhm.
So he came back and kind of like got a pop from people, even though there was no crowd. But I'm pretty sure he got a pop coming back. So this match should be good. I think if this comes to be, I see another way for Cesaro to come up the ranks again. So I think Cesaro might take this one, and it's gonna be Hell on a Cell. So I feel like this is the best way to like for him to not seek revenge, but be able to avenge his injuries from Seth.
Well, what I'm hoping out of this is just the fact that if Cesaro is who is also my pick for the win,
Mm-hmm.
I'm hoping this will be more of a contendership for him to go for Roman Reigns at Money in the Bank. Seeing that Rey Mysterio could just be a filler. We're still waiting for the results on that match that's occurring as we're recording. But we're waiting to see if Cesaro get that push, because after Cesaro, honestly, the next big person is Big E, in my personal opinion, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that works out. But Cesaro definitely should deserve a pay-per-view type of match for the belt. I'm not sure if he done it before. If he did, I apologize if I forgot about it. But another one doesn't hurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
A
true.
second chance doesn't hurt anybody. So I will go with Cesaro. You with Cesaro as well?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he needs him more than Seth. As Seth is, Seth
Seth
Rollins,
is.
you know,
I mean, I mean Becky Lynch. I heard she was in the backstage on
in
the
the
SmackDown.
and
Yeah,
Performance Center. But kind of side note. Now you mentioned backstage. I was seeing
yeah.
reports that I don't know if they're gonna be a call up or whatever, but there was reports that there was Karen Cross was backstage for SmackDown. I don't know if he's doing a dark match or something, but maybe a possible call up pretty soon, which will be good for him if he gets called up to the
I
main
mean,
roster.
there's a possibility he's filling in for main event as
Mm-hmm.
well, because right now, since the release of a lot of stars that usually fill in those spots,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't hurt to bring up some NXT stars and just try to attract people in watching main event on Wednesday on Hulu, I believe. So it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. So with that being said, um, uh, a rivalry that's old as time itself for their whole career, since all the way in Canada within the indies, and then working themselves through NXT. They have danced before in the main roster in the past, and now they're finally going to do it once again. It's a Kevin Owens versus a Sami Zayn. Lucito, your thoughts?
I think they have history. I know this got granted by Adam Pearce during the show on SmackDown because I know Sami has been interfering in the whole conspiracy stuff. Um, but I think I just want to see Kevin Owens. And it's gonna be probably like just performance wise, it might be one of the best matches and of the night. We'll see. We'll talk about the other ones coming up later on. But I think they have experience. They work with each other, especially if it's gonna be you know Hell in a Cell or regular match. They always deliver. So Kevin Owens been on a streak. I think Kevin Owens will continue with the streak. Sami Zayn's just been in limbo right now, so I'm still picking the kind of the baby face so far to win at Hell in a Cell so far.
I mean, yes, I definitely agree that they have been more momentum,
Mm-hmm.
and they do have chemistry. That's something I 100% agree with you for sure. There is a lot of chemistry from them, and there's been matches, I'm not gonna lie, that were hit or misses among them, because I remember there was this one particular match that they did on Raw. You know what I'm saying? It was like a Raw show, and it didn't hit well. You know what I'm saying? It
Yeah.
didn't deliver the whole package as I would like it for it to be. But one thing for sure is like you can't count them out. You know what I'm saying? You can't count them out. And performance wise, I'm 100% with you. It could definitely be one of the best, because besides Seth and Cesaro, I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn match could be the match of the night. Um, as long as they really like push the envelope. So we'll see how it goes. So Kevin Owens on my end as well. So far we are unison in this pay-per-view so far. Building up from there, this is an interesting one. I'm not sure how it's going to really work out. But Alexa Bliss versus Shayna Baszler. Not too excited for it personally, but it is what it is. What's your thoughts?
I know. I think since they lost the tag team titles, I'm glad that they broke up Shayna Baszler. They haven't broken them up, but as a champions, they split them up. And I know Reggie's been in the way. I'm glad that they're bringing Alexa Bliss back, kind of as not a full time in action, but they just needed more people on the Raw Women's roster to be performers. And I like that she's coming back. This is kind of like, I feel like it's just perfectly made for Alexa Bliss because the whole new, the Fiend gimmick and everything. So I think she's gonna take this one. There might be a bunch of interruptions by either Nia Jax or Reginald, but I think Alexa pulls it off.
Alexa pulls it out. I mean, Blazer definitely has a certain type of roughness, and it would be nice to see her again as a single competitor, as we're witnessing. The only thing is, like, her streak is not that great in WWE as a single competitor. Her number shows that there's been a few more losses than wins. You know what I'm saying? And I think more in 2021 compared to her previous year with the company. Honestly, man, I don't know about this Alexa Bliss, but if she does use some of that voodoo power on, regional, then it could definitely be a distraction for Cena to lose to Alexa Bliss. I mean, that's like my bold prediction. It's not her winning it that clean. It's like I feel like they're gonna be some type of interruption from the from regional on the side, or from that crazy looking doll, whoever that thing is. So that's really my bold prediction right there. So far we're 3 for 3 in unison on these vote. We're halfway there, people. This one, I have a bold prediction on this upcoming match. Is another women's match, which is really exciting. It's the current champion Bianca Belair versus Bayley in a Hell in a Cell match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Bayley is not new to the Hell in a Cell. I believe she had her first one with her best friend Sasha Banks last year during the pandemic time. Excuse me. So I think Bayley definitely have more of an advantage in a sense. But at the same time, I don't believe Belair time it's done personally. But Luisito, what's your thoughts before I share my bold prediction on this?
I think, well, as we all know, Bayley has experience in Hell in a Cell. She's competed with Sasha Banks a bunch of times, and she's kind of held down the women's division SmackDown during, like you mentioned, pandemic. She's basically was the McIntyre of the women's division for SmackDown. But since Bianca has won it, I think she's been doing well. This is gonna be kind of like a benchmark for her to determine she's gonna be great. I think she's gonna win it. That's gonna be my pick. But I feel like this, since we having SummerSlam pretty soon, this will build for a bigger match later on. I would like to see a triple threat between her, Sasha, and Bayley, possible SummerSlam. So I feel like this match will end with, at the end we might see Sasha come back and cut a promo or something. So I think Sasha, that's kind of like not my big reveal for this match, but Bianca winning, and I think we'll see Sasha back. We haven't seen her since she lost it.
So this is my bold prediction. I do see Belair winning.
Okay.
I definitely see that because this is a good push for her since she's still young with the women tag team, with the women SmackDown Championship belt on her. I apologize, but to go even further, I think Belair is probably gonna be at a point that Bayley will be overpowering her.
Okay.
And I think this could be a great opportunity to bring in back in Becky Lynch.
Oh.
Becky Lynch has been in the Performance Center. I'm not sure if it's already been many moons already passed since the birth of her first child, but I heard she's been killing it. And I heard that, her being backstage can be an indication that she could be in SmackDown with her husband, Seth Rollins. And what is a better push than having Becky Lynch surprising us with Blair getting the W? So Blair is getting the W, but with the help of Becky Lynch, because I think that would be a great pop for Hell in a Cell. I mean, there's no other championship match occurring besides the one WWE Championship, two Women's Championship match, and that's it. There's no other championship being defended on this event. So I'm hoping Lynch come back, because then she could be part of that triple threat match, only without Bayley, because I think Bayley needs a break in a sense. So
yeah, and I feel like I see where you're going with Becky Lynch. I think it could be a possibility. I see more, for me personally, I see Becky more of a Raw brand champion. Also, she gave up she forfeited the title because injury. And
there was no one.
No, but I'm saying, I think Asuka won it, and she gave it to, what I'm saying, like, I'm giving up my title when she lost.
She already, okay, so if we recall correctly, right, since 2019, since the Royal Rumble, because that was the last live crowd event. Since the Royal Rumble and her push, right, she's been untouchable. You know what I'm saying? She already have beaten Charlotte, she beaten Sasha, she has beaten Bayley. Those are like the top tier people. Then she already have beaten Asuka, Kairi Zane. She defeated Baszler a few times. Nia Jax.
Alexa
a lot of
Carmella.
Alexa.
Former champions. But I'm saying, but
Carmella was not in
no,
Raw,
she was in SmackDown. Yeah. But either way, she would have, if you faced her, she would have destroyed her.
But facts. Yeah. That's facts. But what I'm trying to say is, like, Raw, there's nothing for her to do.
Ripley, she hasn't faced, and she hasn't faced Bianca Belair.
I mean, Bianca Belair is more fresh for her to.
True. Yeah.
Because, like, in SmackDown, she will have Charlotte. She'll have Carmella. She'll have wow.
Sasha, Bayley, and that's it. Everybody else is either tag team champion and Liv Morgan, and that's about it. Liv Morgan. Oh, sorry. And we have what's her name? Eve come back, and Piper Nevin, but that's still in in the works. That's not full.
That's in Raw though. Oh God. Yeah. Okay, so I can see Becky Lynch being the workhorse.
Yeah, but I think I could see her probably come back for maybe when they do the superstar shakeup. So she might be a good piece to bring back.
I mean, I hope not. You got to build her now. You know what I'm saying? You got to build her now, bring her in, because then you'll definitely have more of a story. But I think she'll help more with SmackDown numbers even more compared to Raw. Raw just need like new faces. You know what I'm saying? but have Becky Lynch be able to work both. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I think she's capable of doing both if she's up for that challenge. Hmm,
Yeah.
we'll see. But Becky Lynch is my bold prediction for the return of for her return. And following to that, there's a single match before the Raw Women's Championship, since we mentioned Becky and her great attribute she did in 2020 with the Raw Women's Championship. We have Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Now, this is a little bit of it's kind of weird for me because I thought it would be more of a Nikki Cross type of moment because Nikki Cross has been on fire in Raw.
Okay.
I don't comprehend of why it would be more Charlotte Flair over Nikki Cross. I would hope for a triple threat match, but Luisito, why we're not seeing a Nikki Cross involved in this?
I feel like this song needs to be culminated because I think a couple of years back we had Charlotte go back to NXT, take over and defeat Rhea Ripley. So I feel like Rhea Ripley hasn't gotten her chance to fully defend her title and defeat Charlotte Flair. So I feel like it's an opportunity that she could get. I know in previous podcasts and previous shows that I've mentioned that Rhea Ripley, it's a placeholder, and I feel like ever since she picked it up, the title, I don't think she has done enough for me to be like a real champion. I was like, oh, she might lose it by the first pay-per-view. I feel like this pay-per-view, I'm giving her the win to get over finally the hump of defeating Flair. But I think this might be the last championship last pay-per-view, though, if she still has a title, the next one she'll lose it. But this is definitely, it's going to be her kind of like one over Flair. Because if not, Flair will be, I think, 16, 17 time champion. So really needs him more than Flair.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, you know what I'm saying, then I mean, it is what it is. We could definitely see that hopefully be the last time we see Flair go for the belt because I don't think she really needs to have a belt holder. Her name is strong enough. You know what I'm saying? Her name is strong enough to be able to, be in any match and attract people from that. Ripley, I'm definitely hoping that she gets more of a push after this. Her future opponent, I do not know, to be honest with you. I do not know.
Well, you have a good amount of people for Raw, so you could have Naked Cross maybe as a filler. You could start working with basically everybody who was in NXT. You could have Nia Jax against her. You could have Shayna Baszler. So there's a good amount of people to rotate through, but you need to basically get over the Bianca, the Charlotte Flair situation, because if not, she's gonna still kind of steal the show once again and kind of take over the show. So this is her moment to shine, and I think I'm giving her the win. I know before I was like, she's not gonna last one pay-per-view, but this is gonna be a good showing. Same thing as Bianca. Basically, have the new guys get one over the veterans.
Oh, the OGs, yeah. So breaking news. Looking at this right now, Roman Reigns defeated Rey Mysterio in the Hell in a Cell match, as well as Jimmy Uso jumping into the ring, raising Roman's hand as acknowledgement of his win, not acknowledgement of him being ahead of the table, but of his win. So this is very, very interesting for the storyline. We'll see how that goes. So there you guys have it. Roman Reigns winning over Rey Mysterio.
Yeah. And I found that kind of weird too that they moved. I know they played there for ratings, but I found it kind of weird that they moved basically the main title, because they've been promoting Roman Reigns as the guy, moving him from the pay-per-view to a regular TV show, and it was just kind of I think it was just weird, but they needed to probably for ratings and stuff.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely to beat AEW numbers, because the way how it was last time, they were able to outrate them with their show, because they're doing it on AEW has been doing around 10 o'clock due to the NBA playoff on TNT. So it seems more convenient that they try to pull all the stunts that they can in order for it to be more, consistent
Yeah.
So letting AEW know that Friday is their night. You know what I'm saying? So uh, if the Roman Reigns match was occurring, I believe it would have been the last match of the night.
Yeah.
We probably would have had the Bianca and Bayley as more of the 9 o'clock spot,
Yeah.
and then the opener would have been this match: Bobby Lashley with MVP in his corner versus Drew McIntyre, which is the last chance Hell in a Cell match. Lucita, could you please explain to us what that is for us?
The Bobby Lashley one and the
Yep.
so that one basically they made this one that if this is basically McIntyre's last chance for the title because I know Bobby Lashley have been going at it for the past I guess 3 or 4 pay-per-views. So this is basically McIntyre's last chance to become champion. So if he doesn't win, he basically can't challenge for the championship that Bobby Lashley has as long as Bobby Lashley is champion. And I think this is a good chance for him to help everybody else in the roster under and the mid card and under. But I think Lashley will come out victorious because I know they have big plans bringing people over. I heard that they're bringing people, John Cena, maybe Brock Lesnar, so we could see them potentially for SummerSlam or other bigger shows. So unfortunately, McIntyre is taking the loss and not gonna be able to compete for this title. Finally, all the people could get a shot for it. So I think
I mean,
at
who
last
else do we have?
you have. I know the Arcade Bro is still working. No, now they're working for the tag team, but you have Randy Orton, you have Kofi Kingston. I know there's MVPs trying to kind of break up sort of the New Day, so that could be a possibility. You could possibly bring somebody during the Superstar Shakeup, or even bring back John Cena just to go against just for SummerSlam, just to get a pop in ratings and stuff. So, they could
I
bring
mean,
somebody, even bring back Brock Lesnar just for Raw.
I understand I've been hearing more rumors about like more of the veterans, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The alumni like John Cena and Brock Lesnar
Yeah,
working with Bobby Lashley. But again, in the regular roster itself, I truly don't see anyone really stepping up or try to build a story with Bobby Lashley right now. You know, Drew is definitely the right candidate to dance with. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I feel like they already missed their chance with Keith Lee. They missed
That's another one. He hasn't been back in a while, so that'll be a good match if they build it
uh
correctly. Him against Lashley.
if they pull the same stunt like they did with
Yeah.
Aleister Black, now known as
Damian
Tommy
Priest. This
End,
could be another good one against Bobby Lashley.
Damian Priest.
Jinder
I mean, Damian
Mahal.
Priest. Okay, so NXT main event, they're not really gonna try to like, you know what I'm saying, go out. Okay, so Jinder Mahal actually kind of makes sense due to the connection of
Mm-hmm.
the 3MB. So I could definitely see
Yeah,
that happening. But again, it's just like if they don't get John Cena
they could have the Fiend
before
also.
the, the
He hasn't been active in a while, so he could just come back. Especially Hell in a Cell. Alexa was there. Yeah, he could do a return. You know what I'm saying? Like we
has
oh
Alexa Bliss been interacting with Bobby Lashley?
no, but this
I
Hell in
don't
a
see the
Cell could
Fiend.
be a way for the Fiend to come back into the fold of the roster. Because of the
In
pay per view
in
theme and stuff and the whole
in
concept.
that concept, okay, I could see that, but
And how
I
about the Retribution, the T-Bar or Mace? They could get a shot.
I mean, they could be bumpers
Mm-hmm.
during a Raw show for Bobby Lashley, but
Yeah.
we're talking about pay-per-views type of matches. You know what I'm saying? Money in the Bank, again, it's going to be one of those. It's going to be similar to Hell in a Cell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They're not going to push it that fully, you know, but they're just going to, uh, give something than nothing. And like honestly, gender will definitely be maybe a nice push. You could try with AJ Styles for the fun of it, or maybe a Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Like,
Because I know the next
uh,
one, like you mentioned, it is Money in the Bank, the next pay-per-view in a month.
yeah,
So that, especially for Raw, that's going to be a good... Because I know they have to pick 3 and 3 from... I don't know if they do 8 people, 6 people again, but that's going to be a good assortment of people. They should put people that that are champions or were champions that could possibly go for. They could basically got fast pass for the championship, which will be.
I mean, for Raw, you got Randy, you got Kofi, and then you got AJ Styles.
I would put in just Big E. Not Big E. Well, Big E for SmackDown, but Keith Lee. You could even put somebody there. So you mentioned Kofi Kingston, AJ,
And Randy
Orton, Keith Lee, possibly if they do 4, maybe throwing out Jeff Hardy, just for the mix up. You know what I'm saying? His last run.
Is it his last run? I thought his contract extended to like 2022.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, like at least make him, have him in the in a decent match, But for SmackDown, you could have Cesaro, you could have Seth Rollins, Anuso in there, Rey Mysterio. So Money in Bank should be pretty good, but it just depending how many, if they're gonna do 6 people, 8 people.
I think last time it was 6.
As long as it's not Otis again, we're good.
I mean, Otis.
Oh, that was a missed opportunity.
Otis really missed an opportunity to cash in on the belts, the tag team belts, not the heavyweight belts. But my pick for this Hell in a Cell match between Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. I'm sorry, we went down that rabbit hole.
Yeah,
but,
it was necessary though. It's a little glimpse up to what we got for next month.
Yeah, it's definitely Lashley. Lashley definitely is the guy. I could definitely see, because if the rumors are true and we could see once again Brock Lesnar coming in to the ring in a sense, that'd be dope. Or even if it's just John Cena, since he's helping promote the Fast and Furious movie that's going to be airing in July, I believe, or end of June.
Yeah.
Is end of June or early July. You know what I'm saying? They're probably trying to get eyes or butts and seats in theaters for it. So either or could help out them to help the show. So so special guests we're predicting is either Sasha return, Becky, or John Cena.
Well, even I would just throw in also I will throw in the Fiend too, because the theme of Hell in a Cell. So it might be a good way for him to come back to the fold.
You didn't mention them. So these are our prediction. We are unanimous with Cesaro. We are unanimous with Kevin Owens, Alexa Bliss, Blair, Ripley, and Bobby Lashley. So no new champions in our future. Let's see if it come true on Sunday, June 20th. Starting around 7 p.m. Eastern time. Please don't miss out. I think it's on Peacocks. Check it out. Luisito, any final thoughts?
This is gonna be I think a pay-per-view that's gonna set people for Money in the Bank and SummerSlam. So we'll see what the results for this one sets up for the next couple of pay-per-views coming up.
All right. My final thoughts is hey, it's not the pay-per-view we wanted, but it's going to be something that it's going to be there, and hopefully they set up for future champions for Money in the Bank. Right. Shout out to King Nakamura for winning King of the Ring crown. So with that being said, my name is Jay Agua.
This is Luisito.
Thanks for supporting us. Again, you can find our stuff on social media, the main ones. And we say good night and buenas noches.
Good night. See ya. Peace. Have a good one.